Weapon techniques are extremely useful. Using the right one at the right moment can be the difference between defeating an enemy or being defeated. What's up YouTube? Zero here, and today I'm ranking the 3 weapon techniques for the Hunter Bow in Horizon Forbidden West. Now each of these techniques do have their uses, but some are better than others. First, let's talk about the techniques. First is high volley. This is where you can aim arrows into the air and have them come down on top of an enemy. Triple notch, you can notch up to 3 arrows in your hunter bow and fire them off at an enemy, doing more damage. And then last, we have knockdown shot, where you fire a special arrow that does no damage but can stagger or knock down machines, leaving them vulnerable to follow-up strikes. So now that we've gone over the 3 weapon techniques for the hunter bow, let's rank them. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the one we just talked about, the knockdown shot. While the knockdown shot can have its uses, it does stagger and knock down opponents, I found that it isn't always reliable. Sometimes you'll shoot a knockdown shot at a bigger enemy, perhaps a boss, and it doesn't feel like it does much. On top of that, when you're utilizing knockdown shot in a group of enemies, even if you do knock down one enemy, unfortunately, it's hard to get up on that enemy to use your critical strike while all of the other enemies are attacking you. So while knockdown strike can be good to stagger enemies or knock them down, leaving them vulnerable for the critical strike, there are other abilities and weapons in the game that just do that better. Utilizing the rope caster or other weapon techniques to knock down an enemy, such as the elemental adhesive damage, are better at slowing down enemies so you get better damage off. And for that reason, knockdown shot comes in at number 3 for there being better options out there to stagger and slow enemies. Well, now that we've gone over the knockdown shot, let's get into number 2, high volley. As you can see on the screen, high volley, you aim your arrows up into the air so they can come down on top of an enemy, dealing damage to places that you may not have gotten to with a direct hit. Utilizing this can easily hit weak spots on top of an enemy and also blow up weak zones such as the corrosive sacks or purge water sacks that enemies may have on their back, so they can have corrosion or purge water damage over time, as you saw in the first clip. So this can be extremely useful. However, as you saw in that first clip as well, the area may limit your ability to utilize high volley. Depending on if you're in an area, it may be a little bit harder or impossible to utilize to hit those arrows on top of your opponent. On top of that, it's a little bit harder to use during the heat of battle. When enemies detect you, it's a little bit harder to aim than just a direct shot. So while high volley does have its uses, and depending upon when you use it, it can be extremely great for dealing early damage, it comes in at number 2 for the weapon techniques of the hunter bow. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have triple notch. I absolutely love triple notch, and I utilize it all the time. You can notch up to 3 arrows. You can actually only notch 2 if you desire, but the effects are amazing. You can deal triple the damage or double the damage depending upon how many arrows you notch into your bow, and it is very easy to utilize. You're dealing that extra damage on enemies. You're notching that extra ammo into your bow. You can overdraw your bow so you can deal even more damage, and you're able to hit the weak spot of enemies with these 3 arrows so you can more easily take them out. I absolutely love triple notch, and I recommend utilizing it in every situation. Because of its versatility and its ability to deal damage quickly, triple notch lands at number 1 on the ranking of the 3 weapon techniques for the hunter bow. Let me know your rankings of these techniques in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Horizon Forbidden West content. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace.